Hello, Mr. Anton Brender, Chief Economist of Dexia Asset Management. Are you positive about the savings plans of Greece?
Well, up to now, no saving plans are in place. So the only thing you could be positive about is the fact that the negotiations that are going on seem to be moving in the direction of helping Greece, and I think this is positive, because it's not just for the sake of helping Greece; it's also for the sake of preventing the trouble Greece is now facing from contaminating the rest of Europe, and the risks of such a contagion are rather high right now. So I think we have to keep the broad picture in mind and not just concentrate on Greece.
The Greece economy is not that big. Don't you think the problem is quite exaggerated at the moment?
Well, on one hand, you're perfectly right. The Greek economy is a small economy, especially if you compare it to the size of Europe. But at the same time, if you ask the countries who are helping Greece, if the kind of money they are lending, that is the money at risk, they will tell you that a few €100 billion, it's not peanuts, it's real money that is at risk. But as you say, in relative terms, the money that is at risk, while we try to help Greece, is small compared to the risks we would face if we wouldn't help Greece. So it's important to see the two sides of this. On one hand, by lending to Greece, we're putting some European money at risk. On the other, if we stop lending to Greece and force Greece to restructure or let Greece restructure its debt right now, the risk we're taking is to see contagion hitting other countries, first Portugal and Ireland, and possibly afterwards Spain and possibly Italy.
So you would expect a type of Lehman crisis?
If we don't, that is, if we let Greece restructure right now, I'm not saying that Greece should never or will never restructure. The question is about the timing. Right now, many European countries are in a very vulnerable position. So letting Greece restructure right now would expose the other vulnerable countries to the risk of contagion, that is, being submitted to the same kind of pressure as the one Greece is confronted with right now. If you just look at what happened in the recent days, when the talks about Greece seem to turn more negative, that is, about not helping Greece, the Spanish costs of borrowing increased significantly. So that this is not theory. If you just look at market prices on a day-by-day basis, they react for Spain, even for Italy, in real time to what's going on for Greece. And that tells you that this idea that contagion is a risk is not just something imagined, it's real.